Hello, hello, hello. Anyone here? What's up, relaxation? I've been tired, man. Moving. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Just giving everybody a couple minutes to get in here. Haven't been live because I've been moving. Let me know when you guys are in here. Let me know when you guys are in here. Oh man, it's gonna be a stars and scrubs date for sure. There's so much value on the slate, and it's a huge slate too. There's certain values I don't think we have to buy into, just because of massive ownership and the potential for the downside, and there's other values I think are a bit safer. We'll get into all that here in a moment. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, you will, buddy. Whoa, there's Kyle. What's up, buddy? Yep, Joe Val got traded, so Rashawn Holmes, $3,900 center on FanDuel. I think he looks great, but I don't think he's a must-have. I don't think any of these value pieces tonight are must-haves just because there's so many. It's not going to be like this for long. I could not find my other camera, so I'm just rocking a crappy little camera until I can find my other camera and get the green screen and everything going. I appreciate it though, Kyle. We're going to start at 4:45 Central. Just giving everybody a minute to get in here. Damian Lillard, Bobby Portis, and Brook Lopez are all good to go tonight. They're going to play. Makes me wonder if Giannis is. What's up, Dwayne? Hope you're doing well, buddy. How's everybody doing? I was gonna go to the Hawks Spurs game tonight, but I just do not feel like driving in Atlanta traffic, and I would rather hang out with you guys. Quick question: Kelly O or Holmes as a value play? Well, what side are you on? Because I like Holmes better because Kelly Olynyk is gonna be super chalk, and I think there's a path for his downside tonight. So for me, it's Kelly Olynyk, or sorry, Christian. Oh God, what am I talking about? Rashawn Holmes is who I would pick. But when you're on FanDuel, it locks up your only center spot, and Joker looks pretty good tonight. So on FanDuel, I prefer Rashawn, but I would probably land on Kelly O more because he's got the power forward eligibility. On DK, it's gonna be Rashawn Holmes. What's up, Bobby? Welcome in, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions about the slate, please let me know. We're about to start, and I'm going to go over every position and give out the core. Yeah, on DK, since I can play two centers, um, I mean, you can play them together. But if I'm just picking one of them straight up, it's Rashawn Holmes because the ownership on Olynyk is insane right now. But like I said, you could absolutely play them both together on DK tonight. Let's get into it, gents. Let's get into it. Wonder where everyone is. I know it's my first day back, but man, getting low numbers. Go tell Eight-Legged Ape and everybody that we are live. Tell them to stop in. Alright, starting over at point guard, we're going to go by salary. SGA's fine today. Never going to tell you not to play SGA. Low owned at only 5% owned. Recently, he's been playing down compared to his standards, but you should never take SGA out of your player pool. That simple. Cade Cunningham, been playing great. Hasn't scored below 51 fantasy points in 4 straight games. This is a tough matchup with Cleveland, but I don't mind it. I mean, Cade is becoming a superstar. Elite. I don't mind Cade today. He's pulling 10% ownership. I would prefer Maxey for 400 cheaper, but if you land on Cade to get a little different, I don't mind it at all. Maxey. I love Tyrese Maxey today. I've been playing a lot of Maxey this entire week. He's in a good situation. Gonna have no Embiid today. Taking on Miami, ranking 30th against the point guard position. Only pulling 13% ownership. I really like some Maxey. Really like some Maxey. Trae Young. I like Trae Young. I was off the Trae Young train for a while, but it looks like he's starting to get his game back together. Now, I do prefer Maxey, but I understand that Trae is a little cheaper. There's 8. Holy crap. There he is. What's up, buddy? But Trae is fine. San Antonio ranks 21st against the point guard position. Don't mind Trae. Like I said, I prefer getting up to Maxey, but if you can't, Trae is a solid piece. I don't think I'm going to be playing any De'Aaron Fox. He's just played terribly as of late, but this is also his first game with a new team. He's going to have to figure his role out, and it might take a game or two to do that. What's up, Ronnie? Welcome in, buddy. I think Dame is absolutely fine taking on Charlotte. We know Charlotte's a dumpster fire. Paul George is now questionable, guys. Kyle Lowry's available, and Eric Gordon is available. Andre Drummond ruled out. We just got all that come across. But I think Dame is actually fine taking on Charlotte. Only 7% ownership, but you have to worry about the blowout risk because it is real here. Not interested in Donovan Mitchell. He is questionable. I think he's probably going to play. But even if he does, I have no interest against Detroit. Detroit's just good against guards. Tyler Hero's fine. Not going out of my way to get him, but he's in my player pool. Not really interested in Steph Curry. He has not been on his game lately. hasn't made value since January 18th. So, just fading Curry. Jamal Murray's absolutely fine taking on New Orleans. They're ranked 27th against the point guard. We do know that Jose Alvarado is a relentless defender, and he is now starting for them. But Jose is questionable. He got a midday downgrade with an illness. And if Jose is not going to be guarding Murray, then I'm happy to get to some Murray. Just got an update. Paul George game time decision per Coach Nurse. Nothing really new there. I think John Morant's intriguing today. Toronto ranks 19th against the guards, but what I like is he's 3% owned. John Morant at low ownership, 8,300 is very cheap for a player of his upside. Now, I know he hasn't produced a lot this year, but this guy realistically has 60-point upside. I'm happy to get to some Ja at only 3% owned. Not really interested in Darius Garland. Malik Monk is the man now. Don't mind Malik at 7,800. I know the price seems a bit steep, but it's really not when you look at his game logs. Orlando does rank first against the point guard, and they play slow, though, so you need to take that into consideration. CJ McCollum, not going to target him, but he's in my player pool. If he lands in my lineup, I'm fine with it. Same with Dyson Daniels. Same with Josh Giddey. Not interested in D'Lo. I know the matchup's great, but just not there. Jordan Poole, very intriguing. Don't like the matchup against Brooklyn. They rank third against the guard, but now he's all they have. They've traded Kuzma. They've traded Joval. It's him and Kolleby. That's all this team has now. Now, he has played like dog water since January 25th. So, if you want to fade him, I see why. If you want to play him, I see why. But he is pulling 21% ownership, and that's going to keep me personally off of it. I mean, I'm going to have him, but I'm not going to be near that 21%. No interest in Kobe White. No interest in Keontae George. No interest in Chris Paul. No interest in Ayo. Stephon Castle. I like Castle, but I really kind of want to take a wait and see approach on how this team's going to shake out with De'Aaron Fox there now. Really, the only Spur player that I'm actively targeting is Wemby. The rest of the guys, I just want to see how this team rotates with Fox in the mix. No interest in Dennis Schroeder or Ty Jerome or Cole Anthony or Ben Simmons or Terry Rozier or Collier. Magic, if he plays, he will be in my player pool, but I'm not happy about it. Brogdon, don't mind him today, as just like a last guy in piece. Luke Kennard's fine. Jose Alvarado, if he plays, I'm happy to get to him. Not interested in Scotty. Not interested in Tyus or Anthony Black. Mike Conley looks really good against Chicago. Don't mind some Mike Conley today. I think Bub Carrington is definitely playable as a value piece. He's been playing like dog water, but this team they have nobody. KJ Simpson, I really like if Micic misses. KJ Simpson will become a core piece for me if Micic misses this game. We got some... Quentin Grimes is unlikely to make his Sixers debut, and Chris Boucher, however you say it, is available to play. And then everyone else down through here, I am not interested in. Let's move it over to the two guard. Anthony Edwards is looking like a prime pay-up piece today. Him and Devin Booker both, I love. Ant and Booker, probably going to be two of my most owned pay-up pieces. Ant's taking on Chicago. We know they play fast and they play terrible defense, and he's just a good basketball player, and Randall is out. So happy to get Edwards. And Devin Booker, he's taking on OKC, much better defense, but he's 5% owned, and there's no KD. So love both of those guys. Talked about most of these guys. Trey Murphy, I'm always happy to have Trey in my lineups. Last three games, 48, 51, 58 fantasy points. Denver Nuggets ranked 28th against his position. I'm happy to get to Trey today, and he's going to pull no ownership. Right now he's pulling 3%. Um, Zach Levine, I have no interest in. He's supposed to debut today, but against Orlando, I'm not there. Kelly Oubre, I'm only interested in if Paul George misses. If Paul George is in this game, I will have almost no Oubre. Devin Vassell, like I said, about the Spurs, taking a wait and see approach how this lineup shakes out. Really like Bilal Calabi. Now, Poole is pulling all the ownership. Calabi's pulling 15%, which is, considerable on a huge slate like this, but it's nowhere near what Poole was pulling. Happy to play Bilal. He's just a good basketball player. No interest in any of these guys. I think Keon Johnson is absolutely playable. He will be in my player pool tonight. Has exceeded value and scored 32 or more fantasy points in his past 3 games. 29 or more minutes in each game. Happy to get to him. Christian Braun. He will be a staple of a lot of my lineups tonight. He's pulling 19% ownership, but he's just too cheap for his upside. No interest in Levert. Malik Beasley, he'll be in my player pool. Don't mind him. Same with Asar Thompson. I will have no Podziemski, no Strus. Ricky Council, I'm going to take him out of my player pool if Paul George plays. But if Paul George is out, he will remain in the player pool. But just a deep GPP play. Nothing I'm going crazy over. Vic Krejci, same, just a deep GPP play. Nick Smith, I like him as value today. As far as values go, he's not pulling a lot of ownership at only 9%. He's got a decent upside at 4,700. Don't mind him. Grayson Allen, absolutely playable today with no KD. Don't mind him. No interest in Duncan Robinson. Grady Dick's grading out pretty well. Memphis ranks 30th against shooting guard. Happy to get Grady Dick in my lineups. Lou Dort's fine. Jaime Jaquez fine. I'm taking Quentin Grimes out of my player pool because he's probably not going to play. Jordan Hawkins going to look really good if Jose Alvarado misses. They're going to go with Hawkins or Green. I feel like it'd be Hawkins, but we'd have to take a wait and see approach on that. Not interested in Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Eric Gordon, kind of the same as Kelly Oubre. I'm only playing him if Paul George misses. No interest in Agbaji. No interest in Wales. Josh Green looks fine. I'm happy to have him in my lineups. Isaiah Joe, just a GPP filler. Kind of the same all the way down through here. All GPP fillers to Jacoby Walter. Happy to get to Walter today. Played 29 minutes against New York yesterday. He started. New York's a lot tougher matchup than Memphis on the defensive end. Really like Walter as a value today. And all of these guys I have no interest in. Moved over to small forward. Talked about a lot of these guys already. I think Scotty Barnes is fine. He is pulling 21% ownership, but if you land on him, solid matchup with Memphis, don't mind it at all. And Scotty Barnes has a huge ceiling. Not interested in Miles Bridges today. If you want to get different though with a pay up, he's only pulling 1% ownership, 1%. Jalen Williams, he's missed the past 2 games, should play in this one. If you land on him, he's only pulling 6%. Matchup's a little tough, but 8,500 is really cheap for Jalen Williams upside. So I like him as a contrarian play. Franz Wagner, grading out really well. Sacramento ranks 30th against his position. He's pulling 10% ownership. I do prefer Paolo, but if you land on either one of these guys, I think you're solid. Paul George, if he plays, I'm probably still not going to get any of them. So, not interested in DeRozan. Not interested in Laurie if he plays. Same with Wiggins. Jaden McDaniels, I like quite a bit. His price has risen a ton, but he's been playing really well. No Randall. Happy to get to Jaden today. Michael Porter Jr. crushed me yesterday because I did not have him. Played 40 minutes, dropped 49 fantasy points. I don't think you can always expect that from Michael Porter. He'll be in my player pool, but not someone I'm going out of my way to get. And he's pulling 16% ownership. That recency bias is really kicking. Duncan Robinson and Haywood Highsmith are both available to play today, gentlemen. Let's see. Talked about most of these guys. No interest in Cam Johnson. No interest in Keegan Murray. We talked about so many of these guys already. Zion Williams is interesting to me. He's been playing a lot of minutes lately, only 5,400 and only pulling 2% ownership. Really like him as a contrarian play today as well. Rishier, don't mind him today. He'll be in my player pool. Royce O'Neal, no KD. Those minutes are probably going to Royce. I love Royce's upside. He's only pulling 2% ownership right now, but I expect that will change. Bruce Brown has not been getting the minutes like he was. I still like Bruce Brown as a big tournament play. A get different play, only 2% owned, but I would not be playing him in your single entries at all. Corey Kispert, gonna get increased run today. Don't mind some Kispert. Buzelis. He's pulling 29% ownership, but the guy's been getting minutes and doing really well with them lately. Don't mind Buzelis at all. We talked about Josh Green. Justin Champagne. Syndicate Sports was all over Champagne earlier in the year. This guy can play some basketball, okay? He can play some basketball. If Champagne starts, I really like him. For me, it would be Grady Dick power. Grady Dick. Torian Prince is fine. Like, I'm not going out of my way to land on Torian, but he's grading out decently. Ryan Dunn, another guy, just fine. Like, he's pulling no ownership, though, at 3%. And I really have no interest all the way down through here. Move it over to power forward. Giannis, if he plays, the matchup's phenomenal. He's absolutely fine. But you got to worry about blowout risk. I'd rather just pay down $200 and get to Wemby today. Love the matchup for Wemby against Atlanta. They have no one that can even think about containing Wemby. Just really, really like Wemby today. Sabonis is absolutely fine. He's only pulling 3% ownership. That's what I like most about him. I just hate playing anyone against Orlando. They play so slow. Just defensive basketball. No interest in Zion today. His price has just gotten so high. If you land on him, he's pulling 8% ownership, and it's a great matchup against Denver, but not there. Yeah, I understand that, Kyle. Triple J looks good against Toronto. Happy to roster Triple J. They don't have anyone that can contain him. Evan Mobley just in my GPP pool. Same with Bam. Moving down the line. Same with Jared Allen. I think Naz Reid's interesting, but 7K for Naz Reid is something. 7K is something. Now, he's only pulling 2% ownership. Only 2%. So, if you want to take a big risk and roster some Naz Reid, I think his upside's huge, but I also think his floor is in the basement. John Collins is grading out well. I'm just never excited to play John Collins. I have him in my player pool. Not excited about it. Is what it is. Kind of the same with a Kongwu. Like, I like to play a Kongwu, but this matchup is not one that I want to attack. He's only pulling 2% ownership, though. Yabasule is fine. Never mind getting to Yabasule in my lineups. I'm not interested in Tobias Harris. I'm not interested in Bobby Portis. Not interested in Draymond. Jovic's fine as a GPP piece. Not interested in DeAndre Hunter, or Aldama, or Goga, or Aaron Gordon, or Sohan, or Simmons, or Wilson. Just not interested in them. Larry Nance is fine as a GPP play. I really don't mind him. Michik is out. Thank you, Power. That helps us a ton. That helps us a ton. I like that. Chris Boucher's going to play. Right now, Kelly Olynyk's pulling all the ownership, but if Chris Boucher is playing, he might get all those minutes. He probably gets all those minutes. Are you talking about like Vucevic or however you say his name, mate? Then nobody else through here is interesting to me. Moving over to center, Joker looks fantastic today. I'm happy to play Joker. 13K seems incredible, but this guy can break the slate at any time. Happy to land on him. I talked about most of these guys. Mark Williams, he's just my guy. He always winds up in my lineups, and I'm happy about it. 8% ownership. I'm happy to get to Mark Williams today. The dude is just a monster. No interest in Vucevic. Bam's fine. Hartenstein's fine. Gobert. Always hate playing Gobert, but I will say his last 3 games, he's been eating. He has been eating 45, 50, and 48 fantasy points. If you land on Gobert, he's only pulling 6% ownership, and I don't mind it. No interest in Kessler. Not really interested in Duran in this matchup. He's grading out well, but don't like it. I would, Ronnie. I would. I think it's fine, but I would be very cautious about Olynyk with Busher in now. Khalil Ware is grading out really well for me. Another guy, I'm always happy to see him land in my lineups. He has huge upside. For some reason, the public doesn't want to play him. He's only 2% owned right now. I'm happy to get to Khalil Ware. Not really interested in Nick Claxton, though they don't really have a center to defend him. Rashawn Holmes, I guess, but he doesn't scare me. No interest in Brooke Lopez, no interest in Edie or Carter or Missy or Nick Richards. Not interested in any of these guys, to be completely honest with you. We go all the way down to Kelly Olynyk, who looks great, but I am a little worried about this Chris Busher news. So just going to take a wait and see approach for that right now. Rashawn Holmes. He looks amazing. He's their only true center. They also have Tristan Vukcevic or whatever. He's played in like 4-5 games this year. But I would just trust Holmes much more. Let me look at Charlotte. We look at point guard. KJ Simpson's got to be a core piece today. No way around it. No way around it. KJ, he's got to be a core piece. I would really like to get Washington's lineup to see if Champagne is starting. If Champagne starts, he's going to be a core piece for me, but he may not start. So I'm not going to core him for now. My second core piece is going to be Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal. Really like Royce today. Should step in for KD. I mean, last game when he got 33 minutes, he put up 37 fantasy points, right? Next core piece is going to be from the... Where's he at? There he is. And put him at 2 guard. Anthony Edwards. I just love attacking Chicago with superstars. They always seem to produce against Chicago's terrible defense, and we know Chicago plays fast. So, very happy to get Anthony Edwards in pretty much all my lineups tonight, if I'm being honest, guys. I want to go power forward. I'm not going to go Kelly Olynyk because he is the most owned player on the board right now, and he scares me. Really, really scares me. So I'm going with Buzelis. My last core piece, the guy I think has the best shot at breaking the slate tonight is going to be Victor Wembanyama. That is my core. KJ Simpson, Anthony Edwards, Royce O'Neal, Buzelis, and Wimbenyama. Let me drop that into the Discord. If you guys aren't a member of our Discord, it's completely free. It's linked in the chat and down below in the description. You can ask me questions in there anytime, guys. Anytime. After the slate locks, you got questions about late swap news or whatever, I'm always in there. Spida's out. It's not going to do a lot for me, but if Ty Jerome is starting, then Ty is probably going to be in a lot of my lineups. And I do think it makes Cade Cunningham look a bit better. It's not going to change my core, but very interesting. I'm going to rerun this without Kelly Olynyk so we can see what we get without Kelly. I figured we would get a lot. It's probably just going to replace him with a lot of Rashawn Holmes. And that's okay, because I like Holmes today. Just look at this first lineup we get. And this hasn't even updated for Spida being out. But I love the build we're getting here. This first lineup, I get Maxey, Paulo, Ant, and Wemby in the same lineup. I will take that every single slate, guys. Every single slate. The second lineup, you get Maxey, you get Edwards, you get Wemby, and you get Khalil Ware if you're scared of playing Rashawn Holmes. Or this third lineup, right here, you get Ant, you get D-Book, you get Wemby, and you get Mark Williams. I'm loving what we're getting here, guys. Absolutely loving it. We are looking good, gentlemen. Let's move it over to DK, where, let's see, where's he at? Cleveland, there you are. I think if Ty Jerome starts, and I kind of expect him to, 4,800 is not a bad price for him. What was he on FanDuel? $5,400. So $5,400 is a little harder to stomach, but for Ty Jerome's upside, I really don't mind it. We did also get news that Giannis is going to play. Well, Linestar thinks Garland's going to move over to point and they start LeVert, which definitely a possibility. Potato, potato. What was I about to look at over here? Shit. I done forgot what I was about to look at, guys. Oh. They're still thinking Kelly Olynyk starts for the Raptors. I'm not so sure. I think it might be Chris Boucher. Intriguing. Anyway, we're over on DK. Jamal Sheed looks great. Don't mind Jamal at all. Curtis LeVert, they're expecting him to start. I think even if he doesn't start, which I'm kind of leaning into him starting as well, just sliding over Darius Garland. But regardless, he is a good value. Luke Kennard's fine. Keon Johnson, you guys know I always like playing Keon. Maxey looks incredible. Not as intrigued by Keontae George as they are. Darius Garland playing the point at 7,600. Very intriguing. Happy to get there. I would prefer Jamal Murray, though. He's only $100 more. Just really like the matchup for Jamal Murray today if Alvarado is not playing. Not interested in Josh Giddey at 7,100. Not interested in Podziemski. Dyson Daniels is fine. Not really interested in Chris Paul. Mike Conley looks great at 4,900. Jordan Poole, he's going to be chalk city, but 6,500 is cheap when he is the only guy they got. Don't mind Malcolm Brogdon. Don't want any Scottie Pippen. Taking the wait and see approach on De'Aaron Fox. Ty Jerome at 4,800 is fine. I like Hero. I like Scotty B a lot. Really like Anthony Edwards. Don't like the price over on DK, but I imagine I will still get to some of him because I really like him today. KJ Simpson, I think his projection's far too low. Really like him over on DK as well. Moving over to the 2-guard. Much of the same, but Jacoby Walter and Grady Dick both look awesome. Happy to play either one of them. Jacoby Walter's probably going to be a core piece for me at $3,200. Bilal Colaby looks fantastic at $5,500. Probably another core piece right there. Giddy getting overlooked? I'm not interested in Giddy the kitty toucher. Not interested really in Kobe White. 6,500 is pretty cheap for him, but I'm just not getting there. Julian Strawther is fine. If Gordon misses, I like that play a lot more. Nick Smith Jr. looks good. Eric Gordon looks good if Paul George is out. Corey Kispert looks great. I think everyone is overlooking Corey Kispert on this depleted team tonight. Look at small forward here. Champagne, you guys already know I love Champagne if he is starting. If Champagne does not start, I don't want him, but if Champagne is starting, I love him. Justin Edwards, just okay. If Paul George starts, I have no interest. But if he lands in your lineup, I wouldn't panic. He's just okay. Rashier's fine. I like him at 4,500. Josh Green, I like. Simpson or Kispert? Kyle, that's tough. I honestly want them both. If I had to pick one, it would be Simpson because I feel like Simpson is a lot safer. But Kispert, he has upside. Power forward, Booz Ellis looks just as good over here on DK. Really like Booz Ellis today, and 4K is just too cheap for him. Not interested in Aldama. Not interested in Tobias Harris. Naz Reid at 6,300. Super intriguing. Really like some Naz Reid today over on DK. Jonathan Mogbo, bare minimum 3K price. I could swallow that in some GPPs, some 150 maxes. Maybe one lineup in a 20 max. Taurean Prince is a fine last man in. Triple J looks good at that 8,300 price tag. Don't mind Yabasule at 6K. Javonte Green if Alvarado misses. Bit intriguing. Moving over to center, there's still loving Kelly Olynyk. I don't mind Olynyk if he lands in your lineups, but I just much prefer Rashawn Holmes today. I think Holmes is way safer. Holmes is going to be a core piece. Just going to go ahead and throw that out there. Locking him in there. Zach Edey, only 4,800 is intriguing. Don't mind that. Rudy Gobert at 6,800, for the way he's been playing, is a steal. An absolute steal, guys. Marcus Smart and Vince Williams are game time decisions, according to Coach Jenkins. Joker at 12.8. I'm always happy to play Joker. He will never not be in my player pool. Pulling 23% ownership, though. Not interested in Jalen Duren. Khalil Ware, very intriguing at only 6,200. Like him. Don't mind Jovic. Not that interested in Brendan Clark, but I will say 3,900 feels super cheap for him. Tristan Vucevic, bare minimum price. Don't mind it. I don't think I would punt it on FanDuel. I know 8-Legged Ape is tonight. Without a doubt, 100%. I know he's going to play him. But I'm not going to be there on FanDuel. But on DK, where you can play two centers, I think it's worth a punt. Worth a punt. Love Wemby tonight. Never happy about playing John Collins. Not interested in Mobley. Not interested in Missy. Not really interested in any of these guys down through here. Thoughts on DK? Simpson, Edwards, Murphy, Buzelis, Wimby, Grady Dick, Collaby, Holmes. Love that, Ronnie. I expect my builds tonight to look very, very similar to that. Let's give our DK core. It's going to be similar to the FanDuel core, honestly. It honestly is tonight. Where is who I'm looking for? There he is. Power forward. Where'd he go? There he is. We need our last piece in. Ow. If I knew for a fact that Paul George was not playing, it would be Tyrese Maxey. But I just don't know. So it's going to be Wimby. Guy, I think, just has slate breaking upside today. Yo, that's what's up, Conscious. Well, I haven't been here, buddy. I've been moving, so this is my first show in a couple days, pal. So, yeah. But that is my DK core. KJ Simpson, Booz Ellis, Holmes, and Wimby. I'm going to run that and drop it into the Discord. There we go, that is posted. You're good, machine, you're good. Yeah, so I moved and they said my internet was ready and I tried plugging it up and it just would not work. So they had to call out a technician. And the earliest they could get the technician out was today. He got it working, so we're good now. But I like what we're getting here, guys. I already told you I like Tyrese Maxey. I like Naj Reid. This first lineup, Jamal Murray, I like I am stoked to rock that first lineup right there. Really the only guy that's not in here I want is in this second lineup in Bilal Collaby. So really like what we're getting here, fellas. I really, really like it. But that's the show. If you guys have any questions, I will remain live until the slate locks. And hey, this is a free resource for you guys. Open another tab, build your lineups, and I'm going to be right here. And if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for. Hit me with them. I love helping you guys. I want to see you take down. Thank you, Machine. I appreciate that, man. That means the world to me. Oh, did his ownership jump 8? Let me take a look. Thank you, Chubbs. What's up, buddy? Yeah, his ownership did jump a lot. Pull Dick, Tucson, Giannis, Joker, Simpson, Walter Olenek. I don't like Tucson. Evo Bumma I can't say his name. Yeah, I don't like him today. At only 4K small forward, you can find a better value in my opinion. But if you're playing the ownership game, yeah, he's low on the you don't, yeah, you know. You already got Walter, but I really would prefer Champagne, but that's risky because we don't know if he's starting. If you had extra 200, Justin Edwards would be the safe play, or you could roster Edwards, and if Champagne's starting, you could pivot. Hey, keep building, Machine, keep building. Speaking of which, guys, I want to let you guys know we did get approved for Dub Club, and we will be transitioning everyone from Patreon to Dub Club. And then the price is going to remain the same, but all the chatting will go on in the premium chats once we swap to Dub Club. Still going to do the shows and everything, but the chatting will be in the premium chats. But we will put out a big, like, We're gonna put out like a big news article about it so you guys know what's going on. We're gonna be able to refund anyone that subscribed on Patreon as well, so don't worry about your money. We're gonna get it to you promptly, if like you just subscribed or something, and we can move you over to the Dub Club. But it's gonna be a lot better for us as a whole. I feel like help us grow a lot. I like Sheed and Walker today. There's not many Toronto players I don't like today. I like Sheed, I like Walter, I like Dick. What? I like Scotty. The only one I really do not care for today is Kelly Olynyk. It's because his ownership's massive, and I don't believe in him like the public does. I just don't. Yeah, exactly, Kyle. What? Why is Kispert getting overlooked? I wish I had an answer for that, buddy. I don't understand why people are overlooking Corey Kispert today. I really don't. Yeah, that's how I feel, Machine. $4,200 guard, DK not named Simpson. Let's take a look. Because we got plenty of options today. Sort 4,200. Projection. I will say this. Karis LeVert is your high upside option, but he is risky. Grady Dick is your safe option, Kyle. Or, sorry, Ronnie. Staying away till all the trades are done. Hey, that's smart. That is smart. But there's an edge to be had too now. I take ownership into consideration, but not as much as the public, if that makes sense. I really like Khalil Ware, but not that high on Bam. I think Bam's okay, but not someone I'm going out of my way to target. Yeah. I don't mind Larry as a get different play today. I prefer Colaby today myself to pull, and I don't care for D'Lo today. I think Duran's just okay. I think you have, like, if this was a different slate, then sure, I like Duran, but not today when we have better options. Yes, he is. Uh, I would say with the way he's been playing, I like them both. 8. It would probably be Gobert for me, but it's close. Last man in, 10K, 2 guard or forward. Anthony Edwards or Scotty Barnes. It's one of those two. For me, it's going to be Anthony Edwards, but he is pulling a lot more ownership. Ant is at 28% ownership, WJ, where Scotty is at 11. I really like them both a lot, but if I had to just pick one, it's Ant. Yeah, I mean, I like Nas and I like Gobert today. Just picking one is hard. We're getting a ton of news. My phone is going crazy. Let's see what we got. John Concher can play. Vince Williams gonna play. Brandon Clark's gonna play. Marcus Smart's gonna play. Hornets starting Simpson, Smith, Green, Bridges, Mark Williams. Cavs starting Garland, LeVert, Strus, Mobley, Allen. So LeVert is playing. I think LeVert's gonna look good. Sohan or Ben Simmons? How about neither one, brother? How about neither one? If I had to pick one, it is Simmons, though. But neither one are grading out worth a damn for me. Yeah, I really like Trey Murphy as well today. KJ for me, power. I really like them both, but if I had to pick, KJ's like a core piece for me today, brother. I still like Christian Braun too, buddy. I still like him too. 6,000 utility on DK. Ooh. Be below Calabi for me, buddy. Below Calabi. Where do you live, Machine? Because I used to live right on the Mississippi-Louisiana border, and I would also have those issues when I lived down there. I think Dame's just okay today, but the blowout in that game does concern me. It does concern me. Massachusetts? Do you pronounce car keys khakis? Cactus? I'm sorry, I had to. I think Yabasule is absolutely fine, Ronnie. Don't mind him. Got a couple lineups here. No, we got one lineup. Dylan Terry's available to play. Alex Sarr is available to play. Bucks are going to start Lillard, Jackson Jr., Torian Prince, Giannis, and Lopez. So with Alex Sarr active, I think Richaun Holmes is playable, but not near the value he was, guys. Not near the value he was. Spurs starting Paul, Fox, Vassell, Barnes, Wimby. Starting him at the 2. That is intriguing. Ah, I got you, Machine. When I was a young lad, I went to Fenway to watch Pedro Martinez pitch. Hawks starting Trey Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Risher, DeAndre Hunter, and Okongwu. That's wild, Machine. That is wild. Hey, if you guys aren't in our Discord, join it. It's completely free. Link down below in the description of the video. And I'm always available in there if you have any questions about late swaps or anything. That's where it's at. That must have been a hell of an experience, Conscious. I loved Pedro. Hero's just kind of a, if he falls into my lineup, so be it kind of guy. I like Edie as a sneaky play. I don't mind Edie as a sneaky play at all. Did we get Paul George for sure in? No, not yet. Linestar just made his projection go crazy. I haven't built the first lineup yet because this Sarr news really screwed me over. Well, I take that back. I built one set of lineups and I had a lot of Richaun Holmes, but that's all going to be invalidated now because I don't think Holmes is near the play with Sarr back. Oh, the best era of baseball was the steroid era. Hands down, brother. Hands down. No clue to do it at the small forward position. I figure you're on DK. How much money do you got, Kyle? Because I love Scotty Barnes. Um, Trey Murphy, solid. And if you want to go with value, Jacoby Walter and Justin Champagne, really like them for value. But if I had to pick one favorite, it is Bilal Calabi at small forward on DK today. Just kind of all around encompasses value and upside, so like him. Pistons starting Cunningham, Hardaway Jr., Thompson, Harris, Duran. Yeah, I really like Calabi. Um, on the FanDuel side, not DK, but I'm going to have a lot of Calabi to offset the pool ownership. I still will have some pool, but I'm going to be under the field on pool and over the field on Calabi. That's awesome. I love Pedro, man. And you know, back then everyone remembers it for the steroid era, but there was so many damn good pitchers. My all-time favorite pitcher, Randy Johnson. Um, you had Greg Maddux, John Smoltz. Like there was so many damn good pitchers in that era. Everyone remembers the steroids, and they should, but the pitchers were out of this world as well. Just the best baseball I've ever seen in my lifetime was that era. That era. Would I play him with pool? I would not like to, but I think you could. Yes, I like Champagne. So I live in pretty close to Atlanta, and it is like 100% Braves territory. And I am a St. Louis Cardinals fan. I cannot stand the Braves. So it's kind of like I respect everyone's game. Like good ball players, respect them, love them. But man, these people love some Smoltz and Chipper. Yeah, we were in the past. Here lately, yikes. Yes, I love Nick Smith Jr. today. Yeah, I really like Jordan Walker, and I like Mason Wynn quite a bit. I think if we focus on building around both of those, we will be all right. But John Mozeliak he's done some head scratching things. Olenek or Holmes now? It will be Olenek for me now, Ronnie. Slick says I don't like the Braves either, and I'm a native of Atlanta. Fun fact: I was supposed to be in Atlanta tonight. I had tickets to go see the Spurs and the Hawks, but I just didn't feel like dealing with the traffic, honestly. Pull Nick Smith Jr., Champagne, Giannis, Joker. Simpson. What? I think that looks great. Don't mind that at all, Kyle. Like I said in the show, I prefer Wemby to Joker today, Wemby to Giannis today. But I understand if you can't fit that because of the way your lineup construction is. You have Jordan Clarkson. I don't like Jordan today. I don't like any Utah players today, actually. Isaiah Collier and John Collins were the two that were grading out okay for me, but I would just rather pass. 11 game slate, though. I mean, you do what you can, right? I don't mind doing it machine. Or, I mean, I'm always available in the Discord, too. And it's completely different. I never like to plug it on my YouTube show, but I do also stream on Twitch like video games. So if any of you guys are interested in that, I do that as well. I've got to get my lineups in. It's just an app on your phone. You do Twitch? I will. In chat is my name. That is my name over on Twitch, and I'm gonna go live tonight, actually. Yeah, I'm Holy Jack Daniels over there. I play a lot of 5M. If any of you guys know what that is, it's Grand Theft Auto roleplay. I like it, personally. So it looks like I am running my final lineups. I got 25% out of 150 lineups of Rashawn Holmes. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
A new follower.
I like it because it lets me be me. Hey, thank you, Kyle. So my entire life, all I've ever wanted to be is a comedian because I like making people laugh, and I try to do that some on here, but I kind of want to be more politically correct on here, you know, because I'm the face of my business. But on there, I can have my own crude humor and everything, if you know what I'm saying. Because my jokes tend to go a little bit too far for the general public. For me, it's KJ Simpson. I can tell you right off the bat, potent. Like, best value point guard on the slate, in my opinion. But if you're just looking for pure projection for 5,100 or less, I know you can't see it on screen. I got it on my other one I'm building in right now. It would still be KJ Simpson, actually. He's the highest projected of that price range. Malcolm Brogdon and Mike Conley almost tie for the second spot. Yeah, yeah. So for me, it'd be Brogdon or Conley. They're 0.04 projection points apart from each other and 1% ownership difference. So either one is fine. Brogdon or Conley for me, potent. And yeah, I got some pretty dark humor. I guess it does probably stem from my time in the military. Kill Tony. But I am actually probably in, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes gonna go stream over on Twitch. So if any of you guys are interested, that's where I'll be in about 30, 45 minutes. If you give me a follow, it should alert you. See, what kind of news did we just get? Dalen Terry scratched. I didn't have any Dalen anyway. But if you did have Dalen Terry, please be aware he has been scratched. No, I'm not in Texas. I'm in Alabama, like central east Alabama. But I am not married to my cousin, so I got that going for me. That pretty much makes you like top 5% of all the citizens in Alabama. Yeah, Alabama. We can't spell words that have more than 5 letters, but we can say row tide. If you got good football, education don't matter. I don't like John Collins today, but I will say my projections did like him. My projections did like John Collins. Eight-legged ape going against the green. Who would have ever thought about that? Who would have ever thought that you would be going against the green? Isn't Edie from Canada? I believe he is. I'm not 100% on that. Morant, Edwards, Colaby, Buzelis, Olenek, Simpson, Murphy, Yabasule. I like that. That is very contrarian. That is a very, very contrarian lineup. I actually really like that, buddy. Just finishing up my builds, and I did not get as much Royce O'Neal as I wanted, but outside of that, it kind of played out how I expected it to. Which is rare. It rarely ever does that. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna have to watch out for Team Canada at the Olympics, NBA wise now, huh? Or basketball wise, huh? Like, starting to get pretty damn good. Got about 7 minutes to lock. 7 minutes to lock. You guys got questions? That's what I'm here for, guys. Hit me with them. Please take me to the promised land today, Wimbenyama. Big Red 1812 is now following me on Twitch. Thanks, buddy. Alright, guys, 5 minutes to lock. Anyone have any questions? Conley or Luke Kennard? Conley for me, Derek. Conley for me, buddy. I don't think it's a bad idea. It's just Duran's just okay for me. Like, he's not bad, but I don't think he's good. I just think there's better options today. Duran has gotten a lot better about it, but he is a foul machine, and that scares me about him. But like I said, he's been getting a lot better. He had 4 fouls on the 31st and 5 on the 25th, so like he's getting a lot better about it. I got him projected for 33.83 fantasy points is what I got him projected for, machine. 33.84. How the hell did you wind up with Bobby Portis on FanDuel today, brother? 11 game slate, you wound up on Bobby Portis. I guarantee you're going to be the only guy that has Bobby Portis 8. Nah, I take that back. He's 6% owned. Like, I get if it's a blowout, he should probably get some extra run, but. Ooh. By the way, guys, if you want to watch on Twitch, my wife did inform me that we have a friend coming over I'd forgot about, so it will be a little later, but I am still going to stream. Alright, guys, nobody has any more questions. I'm going to hop out of here. Oh, there's a question. Gobert or Olynyk? I like Gobert a lot more than Olynyk. Olynyk scares the shit out of me today. Not too keen to be on the Olynyk train today. I'm going to have some of him, but it scares me. I think I capped him. Oh, I'm on DK. I think I capped Olynyk. Yeah, I capped him at 35%. Yes, I like Wemby over Giannis today, personally. Unfortunately, not. Her friend actually is dating a dude with the same name as me, so her and my wife, they're both dating Chases. Oubre or Olenek. I like Olenek more than Oubre if Paul George is in. If Paul George is out, I don't mind Oubre, Corey. But as it sits right now, just looking at it straight up, it would be Olenek. Good luck, Derek. Thank you for commenting, stopping by. Before you guys bounce out, hit the like button, hit the sub button. It helps tremendously, guys. It really does. And we do these shows every single day. Andy, I love that name. I love the name Andy. I think it's because my dad, my entire childhood, watched Andy Griffin growing up. So, but I'm gonna hop on out of here. Like I said, I will be live on Twitch. It should be later tonight because our friend's coming over. But good luck. I hope to see one of you guys take down. I appreciate each and every one of you. Love you guys. With that, I'm out of here. See ya.